Hello everybody and welcome back. So we are doing this at the moment. So we're doing these decals and color blobs and we're going to continue with that. And we left off in this scene here. So what we are doing at the moment, we are spawning these gizmos, and that's kind of good because we need to make sure we do the decals in the right direction. So we're going to continue with that. So let's just make a decal first so we know what's going on. And what we do, we go down to rendering, and I am doing URP. So we have the decal projector here, and here we have it. And if we just move it to the center, and you see it's a little bit flickering because we need it to be a little bit above. So now we have it a little bit above the ground like this. And if you don't see your decal, then you probably need to go into the product settings, and then you go to graphics, and here you have default render pipeline. And if you double click that one, then here you have the render list. And if you double click that one, down here you need to add a decal. So you just do add render feature and do decal. I think that's what you need. And let's see. Yeah. So when you have that, you should be able to see your decal. And if we just move it here. No, not here. That's the wrong position. We are working in this here. So if we just do this, we can do it color blob decal. So if we take this one and just make it as an prefab, we can delete it from scene. And now when we shoot, we can have the, let's see, where is it? The decal in the color blob. No, sorry. This is the player. This is where we're going to leave the color blob because we're shooting the color blob from the player. And if we look on the color blob prefab, here we're having a gizmo instead of a decal. But we're going to move the decal to the decal because this blob, when it hits something, when it hits the ground, we're going to spawn this decal. So now if we play and shoot, you see we have a decal. And if we... So what's going on here? They are actually spawning on the wrong rotation. You can see they should actually be spawning down like this, and also a little bit up. So what's going on here? Let's address this. So here we have the color blob decal, and I'm just gonna if we move it out to the ground here, and if I just move the gizmo to it, color blob decal. Okay, if I open it up, then I drag the gizmo. Oh yeah, I did wrong. Anyway, so when we have the, if you open up the decal, the prefab decal, and then you just, if you have a gizmo, then you just add it like this, because when we add the decal to the scene now, it's really good to have the gizmo. Why isn't it colors? Oh yeah. I'm going to open up, sorry for this messy stuff. Okay, so the thing is, the color blob prefab, I have a gizmo here that I'm going to drag. I just put the wrong mesh one. Isn't it working now? Hello. Okay, put it to the center. Here it is. So here you see the arrows, and it's really good to debug like this. And I'm going to explain now. So if we walk around and we shoot, and my gizmo is not on the right position, that's because in this decal prefab. My gizmo is dislocated. So now it should be on the right position. So let's do it one more time. Now I shoot. So you see here, this is how it lands. And we don't want it to be like this. We want the color blobs. Where is it here? We want them to be rotated like this and moved up. So we need to address this. Otherwise, the decal will kind of project in the wrong direction. So let's address that. And so if we just move one in here, what we want it to be located like this. So what we can say now, if this is the contact point, we want it to be moved up away from the contact normal, and then we want to rotate it a bit so it matches for us. So in the script, what we need to do here on the shot splash. No, is this correct? No, this is wrong. Where is my here? So on our shot splash color blob, we need to fix this. So the first thing we need to do is to we have the contact point. What we also want to do, we want to do the contact normal a half unit in the contact normal's direction. So if we just check what's happening now, and just let it compile, so then we can show it off and let it run. So now when we shoot, now you see the decal is hitting just a little bit up. It's having a half unit above. And the last thing we need to do now is just to rotate it. And so if we take this one here, we just need to have it facing down. So we need a blue arrow to be down like this. So it's pretty simple. So what we need to do here, because we have saved the instance here, we can just do decal instance. Whoops, decal instance. And then we just do the transform forward. So we make sure the forward direction for the decal instance is the negative normal. And this is kind of what we need. And that kind of solves it for us. So now if we play, now you see it's facing down. This is perfect. And yeah, so let's do the decal, and then we are pretty, yeah, well, actually before we do that, we need to fix this script first, because this script is on the game object, the blob that we're shooting, and when it lands on collision, we want it to disappear and the decal is there instead. So that's why we do the destroy game, and we need to destroy the transform.game object. So we're doing this code here is destroying the blob for us. So now when we shoot, you see the blob or the spear is disappearing. This is good. And now we can actually on this decal prefab, we can remove the gizmo because we don't really need it anymore. Now when we play, we only have the decal. So this is perfect. So now we're just going to make sure that we make it disappear and grow down by time. So the first thing we can do is just to make, let's see, shader graph, URP, and we're going to have the decal. Where do we have it? The decal shader graph? Yeah. It is going to be the splash. Perfect. And then just to create a material. So we have the splash. And if we look at this color blob decal, now we want to have this splash here instead. So now we are spawning our own decal material. Perfect. And we need to go into the splash, and I'm gonna do this really quickly, and I'm actually just gonna copy paste from the other splash that I made and just explain what I did. So let's see here. So, well, what is this splash? It has more than It's a lot of stuff here. Why is it? Yeah. I'm gonna remove affect normal. Okay, that's good. This is the tiny one I want. So if we just pass these nodes here, and I'm gonna show you them walk them through. So we do need a color. So we're gonna have a color here. Perfect. And we're just gonna plug it in here. And here, actually, and then we're gonna have the size. So we're gonna have a float, and this is gonna be the size of it. So we just do the size here. So what's going on here? Well, what I'm doing is, if we even just remove this. So if you look at this part here. So we do this tiling offset, and I'm offsetting to be in the center with this value here. And then I do distance. So then we get this round circle. And here you can see the size variable. I do that as a slider. Then we can, let's say if we start at 1 on the size here, that's when it's the biggest. And I remap that one to always be between 0 and 0.75. And I use this color mask, and I have these values. So I have black here, and fuzziness, if you want it a little bit more fuzzy, you can change that. And then I just do saturate to make sure it's always between 0 and 1. And then I do it into the alpha, so we get this round circle. And then here I do this, I want to add some offset. So this is not doing anything. So this is a UV and an add node, so I can add stuff here. And then I just plug it in here. So what I do here is I do some noise, some offset, to make offset on the splash. And what I'm doing, I'm just doing 2 noises that I do into a vector 2. And then, because here the value is 0 when it's 0 when it's black and 1 when it's white. So I just remap it to be really tiny value like this, and then I offset it. In the last part here, I just add a tiling here, and then I take the game object's position and do an offset on the noise. And the reason I do that is because then, this is all, and then all the splashes will have different they won't be looking the same. So if you look here, you see this one here, they are not exactly identical. So that's the reason why we have this object position to the offset in the tiling offset. So that's nice. And the last thing we're going to do now is that we're going to have a script on our decal. So we have different colors, random, and we have a time, so they are removed after like 5 seconds. So what we need to do here, we're going to do the, actually that's wrong. We are working in this folder here. So we're just going to make the last script, and this is the last thing we're going to do. This is going to be the shot splash decal. And we're going to place this on the decal prefab. And I got some errors here because I can't have this line here. I really need to make the script one more time because you can't have it. You can have an underscore, but you can't have a line like I did here. So I'm just going to make the script again. And here we have it. I made the script again. So now it should work. Come on. And here we have it. So I'm going to show you something you maybe didn't know, and that's pretty cool. So maybe you heard about start coroutine and have this enumerator. How do you say it? Enumerator. So you can have start to be that if you want. So if we just enumerator. So what you need to have this systems collections to make it work. And I'm gonna copy the code to make it go a little bit faster here. And we also need this rendering universal. So by doing this, having the system collection and just remove void and do enumerator instead. Now we have this function as an start coroutine. We also need a public float lifetime. So, and I'm also going to do this public, so the text gets more lighter. So what we're doing here, we have the decal projector. So we're actually getting the decal projector. Usually you do material when you want the material, but we want the decal project. No, sorry, I messed up. So the first thing we want the decal projector component, and on that component we want to get the decal projector material. So we have the material here, and then we just add a random color to it. So you see this color here. We need to make sure that our color has the same reference here, and it has. And the size, underscore size, we have it here too. So this is just setting the random color, and here we're doing a for loop, and this for loop is doing the size from 1 to 0. So if you notice here, we're starting at 1, and as long as time is more than 0, we subtract time.delta time. And then I always use this divide lifetime here, because let's say if we want it to be 5 seconds, then we just divide it delta time 5 times. Then it goes 5 times slower. And it's easier to work like this because then we always have the time between 0 and 1. And then we just do the instance 0 at the end. So the size is really small, 0. And then we just destroy the decal because we don't want the decal to stay in the scene like forever. And then back in the scene, let's test this out. So the decal, we just need to add this decal script on it, and it's 5 seconds. And we have this should be working, and it is. Isn't it beautiful? So this is how you do it. And then of course you want to iterate and do, iterate it, and you can do it more cool and stuff. But yeah, this is the basic how you do it. And I can show you the scripts all at the same time here. So we have this is the decal, we can have it here. It didn't work like that. Okay. So we can do it like this. So here, this is the, okay. So this is the shoot script. And here we have the color blob script. We can do it public, so we can see the text better. And then we have the decal script here. So this is on the player. So this is on the spear that we shoot. And this is on the decal to put a lifetime on it. So this is how we do it. So I really hope you like this one. And thank you so much for watching. And if you like this, please give a thumbs up and have a good day. Thank you.